Predicting who will start at quarterback for the New Orleans Saints in week 1 with Pro Football Talk. This has been the talk of the offseason for the New Orleans Saints. We had Kellen Moore and the head coaching job. We figured that out. Derek Carr retired, and that problem has been solved. And now the next big problem has been who is going to start at quarterback. That is the question on everyone's mind. I know it's the biggest question on my mind. I think it's already widely reported what everyone believes who the week 1 starter is going to be. You know, if you listen to NOF or Locked On Saints podcast, I think everyone's kind of in agreement there on who they think the week 1 starter is going to be. But I'm really curious to see what Mike Florio and Chris Sims from Pro Football Talk have to say and who they think will be the week 1 starter for the New Orleans Saints.
Others, I don't know what really is going on. And as I've been saying for the past couple of months, when you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. When you have 5, now 6 quarterbacks, you're the Browns. When you have 3 starting quarterbacks listed on your depth chart, you are the Saints. Because that's where they are. All 3 of them, Tyler Shough, Jake Haener, Spencer Rattler, starters, co-starters, tri-starters on the Saints depth chart, which means that the competition continues. Kellen Moore said weeks ago,
yeah, of course the competition continues. We haven't had a preseason game yet. Like, we haven't seen any of these quarterbacks take live reps. We haven't seen them play live competition. Like, these are all young quarterbacks. They need reps, and this is the time for it. And all 3 are listed because an official decision has not been made yet, because there hasn't even been a game yet. This is still Wednesday. The first game is still Sunday. Like, we still have a couple of days before we can even see them in live action. And I just cannot wait. But pump the brakes. Let's let the process play out. It's going to play out. We're going to eventually find out who every single one of these guys are. They're going to show us. We're going to find out if Spencer Rattler is good. We're going to find out if Tyler Shough is good. And I think we already know about Haener, but we're going to know if Haener is good too eventually. They're going to show you who they are, and we just need to give them time to do that.
That, you know, the answer reveals itself at the right time. It apparently, Chris, hasn't revealed itself yet.
No, not yet. No, these are 3 guys that I don't think any of them have the talent that's just going to just blow everybody out of the water, and they're going to go, oh my God, right? It is going to come, what they do on the practice field, what they do on the game field and the preseason. Shough is a rookie, so he's going through a crash course. Haener's in his 3rd year. Spencer Rattler's in his 2nd year. So, yeah, it's a real battle here. And Spencer Rattler, who's going, wait, I started last year a number of games and did some good things in some moments and showed like I belong. I'm not just going to lay down and give this damn job to Spencer Rattler. He made the comment I saw over the weekend about saying, hey, I feel like through training camp, I've been the best quarterback. So, yeah, this ain't over. And I think what it's telling you, because I do think they wanted Tyler Shough to be the guy, is that he's not the guy yet. He's not.
No, Tyler Shough is not ready. And that's okay. I don't think he had to be ready now. I know he's 25. I think the coaching staff would have liked him to be ready, but again, he doesn't have to be ready. Like, he can sit. He can wait. Spencer Rattler can start. And we do have him there. And he can be good. I'm just going to promo something real quick. I have a video coming out later this week about my hot takes for the upcoming season for the Saints. And I have a spicy take. It's probably the spiciest take that I have for the quarterback battle and throughout the entire season. I don't want to leak it yet, but I have a sneaky suspicion what's going to happen. I think everyone's talking about Shough coming in eventually throughout the season to relieve Rattler. But I think there's a secondary option that no one wants to talk about and that I want to address.
Some will say quarterback wins aren't a stat, and Spencer Rattler should be very happy about that because he was 0-6 last year.
Yeah.
So, and look, yeah, the team isn't good right now. And
Spencer Rattler is playing with practice squad players. Like, the offensive line was decimated. The receiving core decimated. Alvin Kamara didn't play the last 3 games. Like, Spencer Rattler, as a rookie, was in the worst situation that you could be in. I mean, the head coach was fired. You had an interim head coach. The team is falling apart around you. you're still trying to pick up the NFL, the speed of the NFL, of how to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, and you're thrust onto this roster with, again, backups and practice squad players and guys from the street that they're pulling in, dudes from the stand, guys selling hot dogs. Like, can you block? Like, can anyone help block? And that was the situation we were in. So it's completely unrealistic to judge the 0-6 record on Spencer Rattler. I think he played very well for the situation that he was handed. And I've always wanted to see Spencer Rattler play with a full, healthy roster. And then you can fairly evaluate him. So everything that has happened the last 2 to 3 years, I want you to throw it away. And I want you to forget about it like it never happened. Because this team is completely different. And you cannot judge this team off of previous seasons. This is all new. We're seeing everything for the first time, so we have to judge this team as if we're seeing it for the first time.
I was looking at some numbers yesterday, some wagering trends. The Saints are attracting by far
the worst record
action to have the worst record in the NFL. By far. They got the same odds as the Browns, but the action is like the...
I hate this narrative that has just come out of nowhere that the Saints are going to be the worst team in the NFL. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. I don't think we're competing with Tampa. I definitely think we're competing with Atlanta. And I definitely think we're competing with Carolina. But I just think Tampa's the better team in the division. So I don't think we're going to be a playoff team. But to tell me that we're a worse team than the Browns, that we're a worse team than Atlanta. I was going to say the Giants, but I think the Giants are going to be sneaky good this year. Their defensive line, man, just scares me. I think that gets them a few wins just on its own. This is preseason chatter, right? These are two men who are bored out of their minds, who have nothing else to talk about than just to make stuff up. So you got to take whatever these, not these guys specifically, but you can say these guys, but I'm talking about national media and just media as a whole, is that we're all just kind of bored right now. We're waiting for football to start. And again, the Saints are going to show you who they are eventually.
Handles more than 50% Saints, and the total bets are something like 46% Saints. So I refuse to ever say again that a team has no chance to make the playoffs, because every team has a chance to make it, and you can build momentum early, and the next thing you know, you're in the mix. And there are 7 playoff spots per conference now. It's easier than ever to make the playoffs. But I think the Saints are going to have a hard time making the playoffs this year.
I would agree with that. I mean, they're definitely one of the teams I look at right now to be maybe more in a transition, rebuild, whatever you want to talk about it type of mode than anybody else out there. They got a good young offensive line, right? But after that, you start to get in and go, wait, Alvin Kamara's getting up there in age, right? Okay, we got Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. That's good. Yep. Okay, they're talented and dangerous that way. Oh, D-line. Is there anybody that really stands out? No, not necessarily. And they're getting Cam Jordan's getting old. Demario Davis is the leader of the defense. He's getting old. Tyrann Mathieu in the back end. He's getting old.
When did they record this? When did they record this? This video came out today, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrann Mathieu is in the secondary. Tyrann Mathieu retired like a few weeks ago. And you have this man online in front of your faces, not knowing the roster. And he's trying to tell you and act like he knows everything. Tyrann Mathieu is still in the back.
Right, so they certainly seem like they're a team that's a little bit in their...
And I also want to say, he said that we're an aging team, and he named 3 players that were old. Pop quiz, everyone. How many players are on a roster in the NFL? Leave your answer down in the comments. But he named 3 players that were old. And he said the Saints are just an old
build process. And yeah, I would think they're towards the bottom of the league in record when it's all said and done this year.
And I just realized, and I apologize to the control room.
Yeah, that you messed up the whole segment.
Be answered.
Yeah,
I did
right.
mess up the whole segment.
Right.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. We should just scrap it and start over again.
Yeah.
As it relates to the
I'm telling you right now, that's not what messed up the segment.
Saints, who do you think the starter will be week 1?
I'm going to go with Spencer Rattler. I think he takes the job first. I think a little bit of like what we just talked about with Jackson Dart. First
I agree.
Off, I think Spencer Rattler's better than people realize. And then 2, I think, hey, Shough being a rookie and the team not maybe being exactly where they want, they're not just going to throw him out there right away. So I go with Rattler here.
Hey,
I don't think they're not throwing him out there because he's a rookie. I just think he's not going out there because he's not ready, right? It's always going to be who is the best quarterback. Kellen Moore and these coaches, they're not going to make a decision off of, well, we drafted this guy. He's 25, almost 26. Like, we have to play him. No, man, it's who's better, who gives this team the biggest and best chance to win. And that's what it's always been and what it's always came down to. Like, Spencer Rattler had to be good. To be the starter, he has to beat out Shough. But again, for Shough to be the starter, he has to beat out Rattler. And both of these guys want to be the starter. They're not just going to roll over. And so I think it's been a genuine competition. I think iron sharpens iron. I think it brings out the best in everyone. But again, there's going to be a decision eventually. They have to make a decision eventually. But yeah, no, I agree. I think Rattler probably has the best chance to be the starter.
If Shough isn't ready to go week 1, and if Shough doesn't show us some things that make us believe he can be the guy, they're going to be in the mix for somebody next year.
Yeah.
If Arch Manning decides, yeah. Now again, we talked about this recently. Does he really want to play for Grandpa's team after everything Grandpa went through playing for the New Orleans Saints? I don't know, but
I don't think he's concerned with what Grandpa went through at all, man. Like, are you concerned with what Grandpa went through? Like, you're on your own journey, right? And I don't think he cares what team Grandpa played for. If anything, you should be asking about his uncles. Like, would he want to play for the Giants? Would he want to play for the Colts? Would he want to play for Denver? It's a tired take. I'm a little over it. Again, I don't think Arch Manning is going to come out. But again, we don't even know if Arch Manning is good. Like, he hasn't been the starter for even a full year yet. So again, let's pump the brakes on this Arch Manning talk. So we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if Arch is going to be good. We don't even know if he's going to be in a top 5 draft pick. We don't know if he's even going to come out. And again, the connection to the Saints, like, I get it. But again, you can connect like 3 to 4 different teams with Arch.
a certain poetry and symmetry and romance to the idea of the Saints getting Arch Manning.
Right.
It really
this isn't High School Musical.
Think of it happening, but they're going to be in position to do it, and they may decide whether it's Arch Manning or someone else. We're going to parlay our high draft status into another quarterback because Shough has, I think, 1 year to prove that he's a better option than whatever they could get at the top.
Yeah, Shough doesn't have a long man. He doesn't, because again, if we do have a high draft pick next year and we do have a top 5 pick and quarterback play does struggle, yeah, I mean, the writing's kind of on the wall. So yeah, Shough, unfortunately for him, doesn't have long to prove himself. And again, this is even if he gets a chance at all, because what if Rattler is good? And what if Shough never gets an opportunity? What if you give Rattler the start to start the season in week 1 and he just never gives it back? And I think that's a possibility, and that's a hint at the video that I'm dropping later this week.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching.
Oh, the video's done. Okay. Well, I was kicked back for another like 20 minutes. That was it. Okay, so the consensus from Pro Football Talk is that Rattler is going to be the week 1 starter, and I agree. But tune in later this week. I have 2 videos and a podcast coming out. The first video is going to be my hot takes for the upcoming 2025 NFL season. just for the year. It's going to be some spicy takes, some just general takes, but just random things that I think could happen this season. And then the second video is that it's game week, guys. This is the first preseason week against the Chargers this Sunday. I have a pre-game preview pod episode, YouTube, Spotify thing that I'm going to do. We're just going to talk about the game, talk about the players that we want to watch, talk about just this ball, man. Just talk about the game that we're excited to finally see. Like, we're going to see Saints on the field this weekend. And I think that's so exciting to watch. This is a big preseason. We have a lot of young players, a lot of young quarterbacks, a lot of young talent everywhere on this roster. Despite what Pro Football Talk will tell you, we're a pretty young football team. And it's going to be pretty exciting to watch all the battles and competitions unfold. And the story will be written. We're going to find out eventually. Stay patient. We're almost there. And I'll see you guys later this week.